the room, how could you waste that? Huh? Why would you chase that? It's a never-ending run on this racetrack. No matter what, I'ma stay black. It's a never-ending run on this racetrack. Need more jewelry. What I tell myself as I'm writing my eulogy. Ask the mirror, how you put up with this foolery? It reply, how you put up with this song and dance, all this buffoonery. Long romance, death, what it do to me? Yamagini dream was a nightmare. He was dancing with the devil for his life, yeah. We all on the dance floor. Girl, come with a dance. Puerto Rican in the breathing heavy. Little had my looking daddy. Couldn't tell him nothing cause we lost him already. Cozy boy with his spaghetti. With the money and fame, the price come heavy. The price come heavy. Like Shaq attack up on a backboard. Gummy, back up on a backboard. When she asked me if I love her, I just act bored. Say loser, ask for it. Living movie, blockbuster, this ain't a rental. Talking moody, all these diamonds up in my dental. I get never minded if I offend you. I need the silence, chaos is in my mental. You need a PJ first class, not what you went to. You need a relay, chase money like you sing. I'll give you the boat chain and plane. Fame name, that's insane. You need a, in case the movies get insane. You need a ruby, the kind of jewelry that's from the rain. No. I'm just here to remind you, but never mommy, man. I'm here to remind you where you come from. All this peace retreat is lame done. You can never get rid of me, I live in you. Both of our fire offend you.
It's one of them ones, man. You just in the car, man. It's like when you in the car, you just think about everything, man. Definitely when you by yourself and you just cruising on the highway, man. Yeah, this got me thinking. On that cap, swerving through traffic, listening to trap. My windows ain't tinted, so notice me. 4 braids, Yankee fitted, yeah, know it's me. Opinions affect me, I do what I wanna do. If they do or they don't accept me, they expect me to give up. I almost did. Things went from moving faster, slow motion. I was losing focus, stuck on that. It was smooth on the surface, but underneath it was broken. Hoping to find hope in this hopeless world we live in. What you give is what you given. Gotta make wise decisions, gotta stay tunnel vision. From to us, when we was down, who gave a dime or gave a for us? So instead of making it hard, I made it fun for us. Make it easy, so when you need it, you just run to us. But it's a lot of pressure, I'm trying to stick and move through this. Fixing these bumps on the road so I can just cruise to this. Living my life on the road, I'm trying to get used to this. And when they throw dirt, I just act like a broom to this. Trying to stay true to this. Even when they lie on me, world on my shoulders, my girl can't even cry on me. God watching over me, the devil probably spy on me. I've been going through some kind of keep. Don't go dry on me. If you want a picture, take a picture. Don't get shy on me. I'm here to inspire. I admire that you admire me. I've been in the dark, but I promise you'll see a bright of me. I'm sorry. To all my supporters, man. I love y'all. I just want to say thank you for supporting me since day one. You don't want to see me win.
I don't know why
man.
you would do that.
I don't know why, but we gonna win anyway.
You got the ring?
Came straight out the with a microphone. Boy, I swear I couldn't leave that mic alone. Everybody clear the room, I like to write alone. I'm in my zone, bass bouncing off the styrofoam. I'm never in between, I'm either hot or cold. Can't be a loser, I maneuver like like I got a clone. I'm out here in these streets like I ain't got a home. And you barely hear from me like I ain't got a phone. Because there's no days off, there's no days off. I know it sounds a little painful, but
I never
it
seen
pays
you play
off.
with nobody.
Social sites was distracting, so I stayed
I don't
off.
never get to play with him.
God that me and Satan had a face off. I swear
That's
my
it.
life was
I ain't
like
never
a
seen you
rocket,
play with
then it
nobody
takes
but the
off.
Saints. I don't
First
never
I
get to
plotted,
play with
then
him.
I got it, couldn't wait long. I put the pedal to the metal, then took the brakes off. And I kept that A1 like the
You heard
snake
nigga
sauce.
bust your
My paychecks
motherfucking
used
ass
to
last
be
game,
Jordans,
23
and I
nothing. You
know I
heard that,
can't
huh?
afford them, but I went ahead and bought them. Then I quit, started spent my money on recording. Yeah, the
Huh.
studio was small, but man, that made me a fortune.
Little nigga
Made me a
heard that. I
fortune, man.
said you always play with the Saints.
Thank
I
you,
ain't never
Coach.
seen you
EA
play with
Sports
nobody else.
coverage of the NFL brings us to Oakland, California. The pregame festivities here in Oakland have to be seen to be believed. This crowd in silver and black,
You saw it,
they
huh?
are fired up as their Raiders get set to face off with the New Orleans Saints.
Did you see it?
There's Mike Nugent now to put this one in the air. And off we go.
Man, you
from
crazy as a
Oakland.
motherfucker.
That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This
You
will be a
sound crazy as
touchback,
fuck.
and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Yeah, it must be your volume, son. Everybody else can hear me. Man, you crazy as a motherfucker, dog. Two and two. I only played you like 3 times, but 3-4 times.
They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. And he'll
Man,
go
you keep
down
being
right
home,
at
bro.
the 30-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Despite the blitz,
I don't know why you can't hear me. Turn your shit up some. I ain't about to be yelling.
Often alters the normal spacing and run
Yeah.
fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Now a pitch out to Kamara. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral.
Yeah, I don't know why you can't hear
also
me. I
has
can
that
hear
sense
you.
of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think
Yeah, I
that
can
helps
hear
set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
They'll run it now out of the gun.
That's the Bills, man.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be
That's them
second
Bills.
down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
They did tell us they wanted to establish the ground game early, didn't they?
They did, in a small sample size that we've seen so far, but pretty good return.
Yeah, you got to like that. They've strung together a couple of first downs, established what they wanted, the running game. And guess what? They also got their lead guy running it pretty well, too.
Now a play fake here on first down. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Play action supposed to be used to slow down pressure, slow down blitzes. In this case, though, if it takes a little too long to develop, you got people right in your face.
And lucky just to get rid of the ball with the arm going forward. Could have been a fumble. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Off the play fake to Kamara, it's Breeze.
Come on.
That one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
I think he got that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Shotgun now for Breeze. And this is a catch by Ted Ginn. And he takes this one down all the way near the 30. And they're able to convert on third with a solid gain of 23. Toss play, Kamara. Room here to run. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great play there. 31 yards. And the Saints have taken the early lead. A nice run by him, don't get me wrong, but the blocking up front was a thing of beauty.
I think for an opening drive, how about that for an exclamation point? Just what you said. Good blocking, good vision, and he accelerated to the end zone.
Lutz with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Lutz now to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
You got to get out the game. Next play, you out the game.
Now the first carry for Marshawn Lynch. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Get out my game.
Now Carr throwing on 2nd down. He completes it to Jordy Nelson. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. That one goes for 36 yards. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Shotgun now for Carr.
Hey.
Looking for Cooper, and it's intercepted. Picked off by a former first-round pick, Patrick Robinson. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
So after the INT, it's Breeze. He gets this one complete to Traquan Smith. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. They'll run it now out of the gun. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now a toss, Kamara left side. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
And the Raiders call on a nickel set for 3rd down. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Saints football to begin quarter number 2. They do, however, have a tough 3rd and long coming up. He's going to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
Well, partner, anytime someone tells me that fundamentals are leaving the game, I'm going to show them this play because they couldn't get to the passer. So what do you have to do? Get your hands up in the passing lane, and they batted it away on a third down attempt.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Harris now to return. It's a 45-yard punt, but a decent return there of 9 yards. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out. And in enemy territory last time through the interception. We'll see what they do on this drive.
Can't wait to see how it alters what they decide to do in play calling. Do they continue to throw the ball? Do they want to lean more on the running game? It'll be an interesting sequence of plays that they've got coming up.
Does it often affect the play calling with the interception? How much does that change what you do?
I think it does depending on why the interception was thrown. Sometimes it's just a matter of the defense made a great play, so you continue to come back. But if it's on you, if the offense just doesn't have the confidence, if they're a little bit shaky, maybe try and take the pressure off and run the ball a little bit.
Kart to throw on 2nd down. And it's hauled in by Jared Cook. And he's brought down, but not before getting across midfield to the 45. A really nice gain of 25 yards. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. The pitch out to Lynch. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
On 2nd down, here's Carr. His throw incomplete. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down. To throw, it's Carr. It's incomplete. Both players had a shot at that one. Neither can get it, and it brings up 4th down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. They'll go for it. It's Carr. And this is caught. Amari Cooper. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. A gutsy call. Turns out to be a good one, though. 1st down on a pickup of 11. First down, the run with Lynch. Oh, now he pulls him over. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
The Raiders into the red zone for the first time. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 17. Here's the fullback now. It's Keith Smith. And they'll get him down right around the 16. It's Patrick Robinson there on the stop.
That's someone who's pretty happy right there. That's the defensive coordinator. Body after body getting to him before he can get started.
To throw on 2nd down. Carr. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. They'll get nothing out of that one, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down.
There's a no-fly zone.
minutes remain here in the first half. We'll come back to Oakland after this. Play number 9 on the drive coming up, and they need 9 yards on third down.
7:34.
Carr going to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Now, before they run this fourth down play, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
Ain't no lie. Straight up. Ain't no lie. Oh man, this man got to be crazy.
And no move to pull Carr and the offense off. They're going to go on fourth down.
Now, 280. Check. Yeah, 98's down. 58, 98. Hey, 734.
From the gun, it's Carr. And this is caught. It's Cooper. And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short. The Raiders try it on fourth down, but to no avail. And the Saints will have the football back. They begin on the ground with Kamara. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. A big hitter there. A first down gain of 26 yards. Well, he's broken off some big-time runs here in this first half.
Yeah, and let's just face it. When you go into a game, you think you've got the plays that are going to work, but when you actually get out there and they're starting to happen, your confidence rises, and he's running with terrific ability right now.
Staying on the ground on first with Kamara. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. So a loss of 5, and it'll be second down.
When I watch plays like that, I give a lot of thanks that my DNA did not make me an offensive tackle, because that is a very difficult job, to hold your block against a really good defensive end and hang on to it so your runner can get to the edge and do it without holding. I don't know that that's really possible for very many people.
Breeze to throw on second down. He'll let it fly in the direction again. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Rashawn Melvin that time able to make the play.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
And that is incomplete. Rashawn Melvin that time able to make the play.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
Here's Thomas Morstead now as he'll punt it away for the second time. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. This is Harris.
Oh, killer.
It'll be a net of 39, 41-yard punt, 2 on the return. And that will come the offense as they take over. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned they're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here. The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Now Carr. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Sheldon Rankins busting through to get him for a loss of 6. Looking to throw on second down. Carr. He's going to float this one deep right. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked up by Ken Crowley. Time for a break. Review halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Out comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going. So what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. To throw on second down. Carr connects it to Roberts, right side. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's third down. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way. Lost yardage.
No, for some reason it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you can move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film.
So negative yardage, a loss of 3 on second down, and that leads to a tough third down call. Working from the gun, it's Carr. It's Carr. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And a big 32-yard play on third. Here's Carr. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10.
Four down, check. White Monday. Ready, touch.
Throwing again. Carr, he'll buy some time right. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. They'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's third down.
Nice job there defensively. A great time to dial up a blitz.
And give him credit under center instead of throwing it away. Actually, a pretty good job of getting past the line of scrimmage, not losing yardage. The Raiders on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. And now the Saints are going to take a timeout on defense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
What are friends for?
The Raiders on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7.
Everyone's got 4 down. 808.
Now Carr. And that's complete. It's the Kart for connection. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th. Too long for a field goal, too short to punt. That in between range, and they'll go for it on 4th down.
808. 637.
Running for it. Here's Lynch. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38.
Wrong one.
They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that. But by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on 4th down. Throwing on first down is Carr.
Give me that shit, man. Wasting all that time, man.
Third time.
Let's go. Get out of there, Von Bell. Get out of there, Von Bell. Get out of there, Von Bell. Don't let the quarterback catch him.
He is not quite going to make it all the way in. They'll mark it.
Don't quit, man. I said it's just 7, man. Don't quit. Use the shit, man. Use the shit, bro.
Down right about the 1-yard line. Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. And that'll set them back 5.
Yeah, I'm ready, mate. I'm ready. I'm back. Like a piss. Damn, I got a fucking delay again.
The delay of game, a costly one, as they're backed up 5 for 1st and goal. A 10th carry for Kamara. Reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal.
Oh, big.
He'll get it up the middle. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. A great effort there. His second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Saints take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash in for 6. Lutz good on the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. Lutz now to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Raider offense now making their way toward the huddle. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see, do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because his confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
Give him 7 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Watch the run, man.
Now Carr. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Amari Cooper, his intended receiver, and it's 3rd and short.
One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them, and not only are the DBs going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they're going to have a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily fell incomplete. He can run for it, and he will. Carr can beat you in a lot of ways. The scramble there, a perfect example as he gets the first. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced a ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what
and his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Marcus Williams. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. Cooper was the target there.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation, but sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. It was Maurice Hurst who got him down.
Early down stuff's to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Now Breeze throwing on 2nd down. It's brought in right side by Ginn. And he takes this one down all the way near the 30. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory. Down at the 31. Working from the gun, it's Breeze. Looking left side and completing it to Thomas. And he'll go down at the 28. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. Shotgun now for Breeze. They shakes him off. But in the end, the pressure too great, and he goes down. Bruce Irvin in there to sack him for a loss of 6. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
Good shit, okay?
3rd and long now after the sack of Breeze, and the Saints up against it here. From the gun, it's Breeze. And Ginn's got it. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people have pointed out to me, this is a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. Try to pound it in, Kamara. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
They get it to him running left. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd. And in this situation with a lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
Breeze now on 3rd and goal. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line.
Well, this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say. When you have obvious passing situations, hard to vary it up and fool the defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over.
So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
And now Oakland ready to take the field. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right,
throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. Sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Carr now on 1st down. Quick throw that's complete on the inside slant. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion. Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this.
You know it's coming.
Now Carr throwing on 2nd down. And now here's another interception. Picked up by Marcus Williams. And the return out shy of midfield to the 46-yard line.
My dog on this shit, man. Fuck with me, I'm a dog, Garrett.
Club in these dirty vans, clean money, I count stacks with these dirty hands. Do a show, cut the rack.
I told nigga stop playing with me, yeah. I'm a dog on this shit, man. Fucking do this shit, man. Nigga ain't scoring 2 games on me, man. You might well don't even fuck with me no more. Go get some practice or something, yeah. Man, let me hit my little dog up, man. Send my little dog a party up, like, man. What's up with you, bitch?
stacks with these dirty hands. Do a show, cut the rack with my new advance. 50.
Nobody want no smoke, man, with the kid. I do this shit for real, my nigga. Appreciate you for tuning in, but it don't look like I got no more. Unless you just want to watch me run a quick, you know what I'm saying? I run a quick game on the Madden.
Look, I'm very important. I took a break, had some things I had to get sorted. I might retire in my prime like I'm M. Jordan. Table dancing in Southampton. Use the glasses for banners. Be cooling out in the whip, it out of there. Every girl on my list. KD at the 3, Djokovic with the racket. Bounce in the pool, I might speak at the Masters. Girl, you know you a bad. Girl, you know I'm a savage. They gon' let me in this club in these dirty vans. Clean money, account stacks with these dirty hands. Do a show, cut the rack with my new advance. 50 bands, 80 bands, 100 bands.
Somebody else, I said, let me show you how to play with this thing here. It's 1790 quit. I do this shit. Yep.
We the American dream. No money, no class, look at them. Another day in the U.
No comments? What's good, man? So what you gonna see? You see the Madden? You gonna bust somebody ass quick,
the system set us up for failure. I just want to make enough to pay dividends. Then invest in black businesses. They teach us that.
He was out with my apartment. He ain't coming through. Hitting him up with the party. Bitch ass nigga ain't coming in my party. So. Fuck that nigga. I call that nigga on the phone, on the broadcast, so niggas get here. Yeah, what's up, bitch ass nigga? I know you see me hitting you up, bitch. Scout ass, man. Fuck.
Your call has been forwarded to an automated.
Call it for days. I get it in all different ways. New Orleans parades. Yeah, I be like, none of my people are patient. We look like we on a vacation. Get no invitation. Yeah, I be like, your girl has been calling for days. I get it in all different ways. Yeah, I'm like,
I got you. Are you not entertained?
we look like we on a vacation.
This place first opened way back in 1957. We are inside legendary Lambeau Field here in Green Bay. No team means more to a city than the Packers to Green Bay, and this was the scene a few moments ago as the green and gold made their way out of the historic tunnel. They're ready to go as they get set to match up with Ben Roethlisberger and the Pittsburgh Steelers. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. First carry for James Conner. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
When you think of Mike Daniels, you think of strength. Hard to knock off the football, but surprising quickness and ability to people. How about that play there?
Well, he can squat 600 pounds, so that's how he caught people's attention coming into the league, and he caught our attention right there. He's going deep for Brown. They've got his man complete. And he takes it down deep into Green Bay territory. It's a big play. Roethlisberger to Brown. 56 yards. A first opportunity for the Steelers in the red zone. 1st and 10 right at the 20. Here's the first carry for Le'Veon Bell. And able to fight forward inside the 15 to the 13. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
On 2nd down, it's Bell. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. It looks like the Packers have added an extra DB on 3rd down. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. He's going to be sacked. Back at the 23-yard line. Nick Perry with a big-time sack on 3rd down. And it'll be a loss of 7.
Losing.
What up, bro?
Nice opening drive on the road. You get the 3 points. Part of you wonders if that might hurt them later not getting into the end zone.
But the good thing is, still first quarter, and they didn't come out of it with points. In a sense, they can look at it positively and say, hey, we set the pace in this one. I think that's how they'll go about it.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the Pack up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And his first look is incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. Rodgers again here on 2nd and 10. Space to maneuver at the 40. Man open, that's Marquez Valdez-Scantling. And gets it across the 50 and down to the 48. A very solid gain of 27. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Where you at, work?
Now the first carry for Ty Montgomery. And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple yards out of it. Because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
Rodgers to throw on 2nd down. The left side throw complete to Adams. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 18 yards on his first catch of the game. It's a first down. First down, here's the Montgomery. And he'll be dropped at the 23 after a pickup of about 4.
That call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter about to get underway with the Packers in possession of the football. They've got it 2nd and 6 to start things out. Rodgers going to throw. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion, and both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath and wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
They'll try and run. This is Williams. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Only a yard that time. 2nd and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after him.
Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. Cameron Hayward able to collapse the pocket and drop him for a loss of a yard. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Shotgun now for Rodgers. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off with great anticipation. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, taking a glance across the NFL through 2 weeks of the season, you've got quite a few teams that are winless, which obviously makes sense 2 weeks in. But the John Gruden era not off to the best start there at 0-2, Charles.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that, Brandon. I mean, the Raiders, I believe this is the 15th time in franchise history they've started 0-2. None of the previous 14 times have they started 0-2 and made the playoffs. So the John Gruden era, not off to the start they're looking for, but I do think they're going to improve during the year. I wouldn't rule them out just yet. They might make a little bit of history with their franchise. I think the Steelers and the Browns at 0-1-1, it's an odd record, but the Browns actually feel halfway decent about it. They can fix their kicking. The Steelers, utterly disappointed they're 0-1-1.
Yeah, but the Browns, you're right, they could very easily be 2-0 right now. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
There's no doubt about it. That's just one of the best connections in the league. Big Ben throwing it to Antonio Brown, and Antonio Brown has turned himself into such a player. A low-round draft pick, but you can't beat his determination or work ethic, and Big Ben welcomes that.
And Big Ben won a Super Bowl at 23, youngest ever to do so, has never looked back. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49. Two minutes to go here in the first half. We're back to Lambeau following these words. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll stop him right on the midfield stripe. Tackle there by Clay Matthews.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
From midfield now, here's Roethlisberger. And they get to him with the pressure as Roethlisberger goes down. Clay Matthews. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On fourth down, here comes the Steeler punter Jordan Berry to kick it away.
Yeah, bro, I ain't no sure money game.
This is taken at about the 14. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10.
I'll be on this. You crazy man.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And this is caught. It's Jimmy Graham. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs. First down now, but that clock rolling.
But I got Pittsburgh. I'm in this little franchise league where you
can
pick a team. And I had somebody that already picked the thing, so I picked the team.
Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted.
I'm 82.
Docked out at the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
They'll start out on the ground with Bell. Oh, he's
maybe I got the team.
Le'Veon Bell. Kiss him goodbye. He's at the 30. 10.
Everybody got a team in the league.
Zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
I just ran a touchdown
and even 90 yards. And the Steelers get the quick strike touchdown.
Come on, man. Chill out.
Boswell good with the extra point, and the lead grows to 10-0.
You can still put him in there.
Boswell on now to kick this one away.
In the franchise, I got Chase
yards into the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Rodgers now to throw. Flush to his right. Caught on the right side by Adams.
You heard what I said?
Rodgers,
you're not going to be good.
Packer first down now, but the clock continues to move.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
To throw, it's Rodgers. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll be out of bounds, able to take it down to the 40. That one goes for 24 yards.
Here's the mother. You got me fucked up. I've been at the game, bro. So I need it.
Final shot before half for Rodgers.
I'm just doing this shit, man. Another pick, man. Put them niggas down.
Read it well, and it's picked. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So we've reached halftime here with the visiting Steelers out in front. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, so time for the second half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football to start the third quarter. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy?
I don't remember who
or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10. Working from the gun, Rodgers. And left side here, it's Green. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 12 yards there as they move the chains. They'll run it now out of the gun. And a short gain down to about the 33. Stephon Tuitt, the one that got him down.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Now Rodgers throwing on second down. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
Throwing is Rodgers, and this is going to be incomplete.
All right, let's go ahead and try and get into the body and the mind of the linebackers. Yeah, I know they're bigger and stronger than I ever was, but in this situation, they understood what was going on as much as the offensive guys, because the offensive guys always taught find the first down sticks and make the play. On defense, what do you want to do? Guard the first down line. Make sure they don't get there and tackle them in front. They were able to drop in their zone coverage, figure out where the first down line was, and end up making the play, swatting it away so they couldn't get the completion.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground.
Now I'm off for the next 4 days. Tomorrow my birthday.
Maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually talking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball, but just taking it big time jaunt. Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open. When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
24.
On second down, Roethlisberger. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And he fires one that's intercepted. Then it's Clinton Dix with a pick. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line.
The good old cover 3 defense, partner. When you start playing football as a safety, that's the first thing you're taught. Middle of the field, be as deep as the deepest receiver in any zone, and break on the football when it's thrown and pick it off, just as we saw there.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. It's caught here by Adams. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. 23 yards on the play. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did.
Oh,
and stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal. They'll run it with Williams. And he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. A great play there. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Packers are within an extra point of tying this thing up. And we are even at 10 apiece. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now out come the Steelers. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack it here. That goes for a gain of 31.
Now that play will end up on the highlights, and you'll see it all over the place. But what you won't see, the offensive line that bought the extra time, that allowed for the big completion downfield, those guys made that play possible.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Now Roethlisberger going to hand to Bell. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Clinton Dix there for the stop. Now Roethlisberger to throw on 2nd down. This is caught inside the 15. And he's brought down, but not before reaching the 8-yard line. That one goes for 36 yards. Back now at Lambeau. Knotted up here at 10. That's our score as we begin quarter number 4. A field goal could get them the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. Now Bell. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. They'll give it to him up the middle. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Le'Veon Bell, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Steelers are going to take the lead. He's given him a little jolt, just gave him the lead there, but 2 TDs now in the game.
And that jolt puts them in the lead. What a terrific job by him. He is carrying the ball and simply saying, I want to win.
And now he's hoping his defense has that mentality as they try to hang on to that lead. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you score points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things out.
And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. T.J. Watt in from his linebacker spot. He's able to drop him for a loss of about 10. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. From the gun, it's Rodgers. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to third down. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. Rodgers from the gun, he'll throw. Finds his target, Montgomery. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. And a gain there of 11 yards. From the gun, Rodgers. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
On second down, here's Rodgers. That's complete to his tight end. This is Lance Kendricks. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. Rodgers now on first down. And he finds his tight end, Graham. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
That completion helps out in a nice way. Now they can take a little bit more time, but guess what? They've got to make sure on their throws that they see it open, not just anticipate it.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. He's back to throw. Flushed out right. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Cobb. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. Rodgers to Cobb. Good for a Green Bay first. They'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Bud Dupree in there to drop him as the clock continues to roll. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Back to throw. And his throw here's incomplete. Jimmy Graham, the intended receiver. And now it's third down. This secondary as a unit, they've worked really well together in this one, especially late.
A lot of cohesiveness, a lot of communication, and some great athleticism. They're playing so well now, a nickname is sure to follow. They're going to have to name this whole unit soon.
Back to throw. And incomplete on the deep ball. That would have been a tough catch, but in this 2-minute drill, those are the ones you really hope your guys come up with.
Yeah, you don't want your guy to be able to take the out because it was a tough catch. You needed him to come up with that one because if he does, it alters the perspective of this 2-minute drill, doesn't it?
Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on 4th down. He'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And yes, he's into the end zone. So they get the late score they needed. And now the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute. So getting the big touchdown they needed late in the 4th. Now what do? You conservative and just tie it up?
No, I think you put your practice into game situation. Go as fast as possible. You already have your play call ready to go. Go for 2 and decide it right now.
So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this fourth quarter. On the return, it's Juju Smith-Schuster. And he only broke that for more, but as it is, they'll start this drive at about the 37-yard line. The Steelers' offense now, they head back onto the field. They need to get this around the 40 on the other side to get into field goal range. Look at the clock, a decent amount of time here in a tie game. What do?
No panic situation at all. They've got to get a couple of chunk plays, pick up nice bits of yardage.
Target the sidelines?
Target the sidelines because you want to get out of bounds and make sure that clock stops. Because if the clock stays running, that makes things that much tougher.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Clay Matthews in there to get him his second sack now of the afternoon. Throwing now is Roethlisberger. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
So the sack, and now a 3rd and long situation for the Steelers and Ben Roethlisberger. Roethlisberger to throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And with inside of 10 seconds, 8 to be precise, we get whistles and a timeout on the field. Now a first down carry by Bell. And he's going to get this inside the 30. And now they're going to get the timeout. A huge play has him in field goal range with a chance to win. So on now for the field goal try, Chris Boswell. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. So on now for the field goal try, Chris Boswell. With 3 seconds to go, this for the win. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And the Steelers have won the game. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, and this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. With that, we say so long, everyone, from Lambeau.